Why do humans pray? Prayer through the lens of neuroscience. Hello. I'm Mayumi Kagura, a modern walking Miko. Today, I'd like to talk about why humans pray. First, let me be very clear. This is not a religious talk. I am not asking you to believe in anything. This video is an invitation to quietly explore what the act of prayer means to the human brain. When do we pray without realizing it? We pray at shrines during the new year. We make silent wishes before an important exam. We suddenly hope for someone's safety. But in fact, we often pray without realizing that we are praying. For example, taking a deep breath, clasping our hands, closing our eyes, repeating words silently in our mind. All of these create the same brain state as prayer. A human act beyond culture. Prayer is not limited to a specific religion or culture. Even when the words are different. Even when the name of God is different. Humans across cultures have always done the same things. Becoming still. Pausing the body. Directing attention toward something. This tells us that prayer is a universal human behavior. What prayer really is, from a neuroscience perspective. From the perspective of neuroscience, prayer is not primarily about belief. It is understood as an act that shifts the state of the brain. When we pray, attention becomes focused. Mental noise quiets. Circuits related to anxiety calm down. The world begins to feel meaningful. This does not happen because we believe in a God. It happens because this is how the human brain is structured. Why do we pray most when we feel anxious? Humans experience strong anxiety when faced with situations they cannot control. When the future is unclear. When effort alone is not enough. When there is a possibility of loss. At such moments, the brain begins to seek meaning. Prayer is the oldest and most natural response to that need. That is why humans turn to prayer before turning to logic. Prayer is not weakness. There is a common misunderstanding. People pray because they are weak. They pray because they lack rational thinking. Neuroscience suggests the opposite. Prayer is an act of regulation that prevents us from being overwhelmed by anxiety. It is not an escape from reality, but a way to prepare the mind to face reality. That is why prayer is not weakness, but a form of human survival wisdom. A walking Miko's perspective 1. I have walked among places of prayer and lived within prayer itself. Prayer is not a switch that makes wishes come true. Rather, it feels like an act of remembering where I am standing. A walking Miko's perspective 2. That is why I do not divide prayer into believe or do not believe. Prayer is not something to compete over. It is not something to force on others. It is an act that helps humans steady themselves in an uncertain world. In this series, I will not mystify prayer excessively, nor will I dismiss it. Instead, I will gently put into words why humans pray. Next episode. In the next video, I will talk about why prayer sometimes feels like it worked. That quiet calm. That sense of reassurance after praying. We will explore what is happening inside the brain at that moment. Prayer is not magic. But it touches something very deep. In what it means to be human. Thank you very much for watching until the end. I hope today's words gave you something gentle to reflect on.